And that's the truth. Hoping is here. So it says expecting. I'm getting finances this year. Okay.
The Emperor.
This fire person's name on it.
You got to make up your mind. The gold chain. You got to trust in God. The trust in those things that one day will perish. Sisters, you have to make up in your mind. Are you going to trust God or are you going to trust Him? Chess money. Because you cannot go to war chasing the cash money. Brother, sometimes you ought to become a war.
I used to see niggas on TV, man. I used to be like, yo, them niggas so blessed. You know what I'm saying? If I had that opportunity, you know what I'm saying? Grew up on that cash money. Bling bling was well known to flash money. Hit the liquor store after my big authority. Quick to switch a bitch up, pick up me a thicker shorty. Pistol on me, nigga, ain't no picking on me. We veterans, so it's better if you go get your army. A thug holiday is for your body late. Me and Trick Daddy come from a common place. So us getting money, that's just a conversation. It's so hard staying rich and it's the confrontations. Cigars in the Oval Office, Ronald Reagan. Or Barack Obama whisper, Assalamu alaikum. Live for the moment, die for the streets. Bible on the dash, kilos on the seat. I used to see you niggas on my TV screen and wonder what was life like, was it all a dream? And then I met you out on Live Nation dates. Came to the realization that your life was fake. You really broke my heart. I really thought you niggas really on them cars. I used to look up to you, nigga. Hard to point the finger when you live a life of sin. I'ma bring my niggas with me if I lose or win. Or the fleet of cars, let the bitches tag along. It's little finger bars, not the ones that tag along. On merch to the cold, make ball parties with Vogue. Still blowing thick smoke while you pounding your nose. Such your head rush until the day the feds rush. That's when you niggas wish you put your bread up. Lease whips, bad blood, that shit is sink ships. Fast money coming slow, you better think quick. Rap game, so much fuck shit done. That's why this 45 in my truck fit trunks. Fuck a skateboard out when they got a race, boy. Catholic record labels, niggas getting raped, boy. Birdman, some priest moans in his city. Temptation is a sin. Repent. Forgive me, Lord. Shots fired, home invasion, now I'm calm now. Red beat detonators, who the palm now? Look you in your eyes, nigga, before I say goodnight. And pray that man he's fresh, you get to see the light. Yeah, I'm starting to love you, nigga. I hate it came to this.
Maybach music.
Stolen boys pub and bought a foreclosure. Scott stores demons in it, which is more poison. I handed over records, never charged a coin. But since the sentiment, I'm talking all along. All Miami issues rose ahead before. Same way Big Ducky do for me in California. Never slipped and got relationships with the trillest niggas. Tony Draper, Jay Prince, and every Jimmy henchman. Plenty killers, and I know that Denny with it. Tiger J Chiller, really ain't no penny pinching. Knew that you would never visit BG. Turk came home, take that boy a 3-piece. Shooting dope, using coke, moving like you the folks. Sacrificing half our life for your new musical. Do it, give us self-esteem and motivate our drive. Goals in our pocket by the time we count to 5. I pray you find the kindness in your heart for Wayne. His entire life he gave you what there was to gain. I watched this whole debacle, so I'm part to blame. Last request, can all producers please get paid? Can't believe this shit, homie. Still love you, nigga. How the fuck, nigga, you touch half a billion, nigga? And your team starving, nigga. On the island, nigga. You came to my city, nigga. I let you in my city, nigga. What hurt me the most, nigga, is how you did my brother Khaled, nigga. Khaled was loyal to you, nigga. The pain I seen in my brother's eyes, nigga. FaceTime with my nigga, he took that to the chin, nigga. That's why my nigga blessed. That's why my nigga Khaled blessed. You put my nigga in the hole, homie. I don't feel you for that, my nigga. That shit hurt me, you know the dig? It's painful what you see real niggas do when they get the paper, when they get the bag. You can't never forget about Lil' Brother. I'll never forget about Lil' Brother. Lil' Brother. Always remember. Lil' Brother. This for Lil' Brother. Stop.
Friday, the day of the cutting edge. No nonsense, capable, adaptable, restless, extreme, escapist. Personality. Those born on May 31st often convey the image of being tough or cool. Actually, they are much nicer once you get to know them. Perhaps sentimental and even, on occasion, soft hearted. The outward persona or mask they assume for the world is often worn to hide an underlying insecurity or even trauma in early childhood. Those born on this day function as straight shooters and no nonsense people, capable of efficient to the extreme. They believe in attending with care to the details of life, a tendency for May 31st people to repeat themselves, however, to hammer their message home can be annoying to those who live with them. Another negative trait is that they can be highly argumentative. So, the advice: look your emotional problem squarely in the eye, much as you do when handling external concerns. Soften your hard edge if you can. Avoid arguments, they are just a waste of your energy. Find peace within yourself. Health. All forms of escape pose grave dangers to the health of May 31st people because of the inability to handle disappointment and frustration. Those born on this day have a marked tendency to seek solace in alcohol and drugs and in nurse private feelings of self pity. They must work on developing a realistic approach to the world, one that acknowledges the symbiosis of positive, negative, good, evil, etc., and admitting that they too can fail at things. Secondly, they must know themselves at a deeper level. Perhaps they can learn not to drive themselves too hard, allowing time for coming to terms with problems. Meals should not be just another component in a highly structured day. May 31st people need to loosen up and allow some flexibility in their diets. They must remember that it is not only what one eats that is helpful, but the enjoyment of the meal as well. So the numerology, those born on the 31st day of the month are ruled by the number 4. 3 plus 1 equals 4 and 31 and by the planet Uranus. Since only 7 months have a 31 days, it is a less common number for a birthday, and the people born on these days are often difficult to fathom. Those born or ruled by the number 4 can be uncooperative and argumentative. Since their outlook is so often highly individual, they are also extremely sensitive to rejection, which they take very hard. Because they are ruled by the planet Uranus. Number 4 people have a propensity for sudden and explosive changes in mood. This is particularly true for those born on May 31st due to the strong influence of Mercury, Gemini's ruler, and its effect on Uranus. So the archetype, the fourth card of the major arcana is the emperor, who rules over concrete and worldly things through wisdom, the primary source of his power. The emperor is stable and wise. The force of his authority cannot be questioned. The positive association of this card are strong willpower and steadfast energy. Unfavorable qualities include stubbornness, tyranny, and brutality. The Emperor from the Kemetic deck. Amun Ra is the ultimate transcendental self-created Neteru per excellence, bearing the title Grandest Creator. Amun-Ra stands as the patriarch and ruler of the Neteru. As king of the Neteru, Amun-Ra uses his authority and power to relentlessly fight against the rising tide of Ispat and darkness, providing protection and stability to the world he architected. The Amara Emperor card features the grandest creator wearing his classic red Deshret crown with gold plumes. On his crown rests the Uranus solar disk, his sacred falcon perched on his shoulder. So the overriding theme of the Amara Emperor card in a word, is dependability. This includes the authority, stability, structure, firmness, and practicality that you would expect from the strong patriarch of the natural. The pillars in the background are symbols of strong footing on a solid foundation, strength, and virility. The emperor. Keywords: ruler, influencer, powerful, dignitary, ambassador, knowledge, order, structure, stable, and responsible. Like the empress, the emperor has no throne that binds him. His authority rests in the raw, unbridled volcano final fire. The emperor is quiet at home, and the volatile landscape he governs and regulates. He is a composed individual who can discern and create structure in the world around him. Being the fourth card in the major arcana, the emperor symbolizes the square or order and law. Thus, he is depicted as a sovereign leader holding the orb of the world, a cube, and a cross in his hand. The emperor is identified with the zodiac of Aries and the element of fire, as depicted in the volcano behind him. Upon his shield is engraved Rex at Imp, which translates to emperor and king. The emperor is self aware and confident in his authority. He understands the extent of his influence and commands effortlessly. The emperor appearance in a reading may indicate the need to structure and organize one's affairs or the leadership influence of the quadrant. The emperor, life is what you make it. The emperor is the ruler of not just a nation, but of an empire. He is the supreme commander at the top of the tree who decides the structure and rules of the game and fully expects everyone to play by them. He is neither a tyrant nor a compassionate leader. He simply believes in getting things done and feels the best way to do this is to have someone in a position of authority making sure everything is done correctly. One message the Emperor card has for us is that we all have our own empire to rule over and should act as he does, firmly taking charge of our lives. The Emperor taking control. The presence of the Emperor in this position indicates that you will feel a greater sense of control and mastery. It may be that problems you have faced with another person or situation will suddenly transform and you will feel in control of the situation rather than it being in control of you. This will be a time in which you can display your leadership abilities and take command of your life. Your new profound, masterful approach may surprise you and those around you, making you feel strong and proud of yourself. The Emperor, show leadership. The emperor in this position asks you to adopt his commanding and powerful attitudes, behaviors, and beliefs. See how you can improve your life by taking greater charge of your situation and being in a control. Perhaps you can make and stick to more decisions rather than sitting on the fence or putting off decision making to a later date. This the card is a good sign that you have leadership potential. So this is a good time to put this into practice. You may be surprised at just how easy this is for you to do, how effective you can be, and how much better you will feel about yourself as a result. The Emperor lost control. The presence of the Emperor in this position indicates you felt a little out of control. Perhaps you allowed yourself or another person or fate to decide what happened to you and did not feel able to make decisions or be in charge yourself. This may have been left you feeling a bit down about yourself or left you feeling that your self esteem had been wounded. You could have benefited from the Emperor's ability to exert control and take command of your life as this time. Souls should develop these qualities now to avoid similar situations in the future. Happy birthday, Gemini. Air is also traditionally compatible with fire because the two. Oh, shucks. I hate what I'm supposed to be reading. Gemini personality, May 21st through June 20th. Gemini, happy birthday. Gemini is the third sign of the astrological year and is known by its astrological symbol, the twins. Gemini individuals are bright, changeable, and inquiring. May 31st birthday horoscope predicts that you are a Gemini who is very determined. You can be shrewd and very capable of tremendous creativity and a dexterous personality. You are competent and have a serious side of you. And nonetheless, Geminis, you are an admirable person who loves debating your views with others. You will be helpful when the need arises. Your point of view can be a little traditional, but at the same time strange. Sometimes you can be argumentative or opinionated, but you don't let emotions get in the way of what is best or right. The May 31st birthday personality is a loving person who generally can recover from disappointments quickly. Happy birthday, Gemini, born on May 31st. You're dexterous, determined, reliable, loyal, competent, creative, and driven. Happy birthday, Gemini, the twins. This Gemini birthday person will not tell a soul about their dreams. You tend to work towards having all the comforts of life now. For today, instead of planning for the future, when you make goals, they are short term, but typically achieve them in record time. You spend long hours if you need to accomplish the things you need to. The May 31st horoscope advises that you would be wise to listen to your stubbornness, maybe writing down and analyzing your dreams could provide key concepts to reality. As May 31st zodiac sign is Gemini, you have more emotional reliability than other people. Your reactions are somewhat predictable. You put everything into making a relationship work once you find your soulmate. You live a comfortable lifestyle and want to share it with someone who makes you feel whole. Jim, you are loyal and supportive of an affectionate and spirited mate. If today is your birthday, you are playful and love games. This can this kind of break the ice. Watch out though. This can break this kind of break the ice. This can kind of break the ice. Excuse me. Watch out though. This Gemini can be overprotective and territorial. It doesn't happen often, but usually the green eye monster will come around when you are stressed out or overly tired. The May 31st horoscope characteristics analyst predicts that those born on this day are likely to dislike change. You will probably stay with one employer or a spouse until the cows come home. Well, if it works, then why fix it if it's your motto? You need to be more flexible in your outlook towards new changes. This Gemini person can too be given at times predict your birthday personality astrologist analyst. Wow, I'm stumbling with my words. Clear my throat chakra spotter. This can make it difficult for you to stay on the budget. You should have financial goals to attend to. However, your money management skills need repair. Me too. The May 31st birthday meaning also predicts that these Gemini's natives are often neglectful, often of their health conditions. You are inclined to have more illness than others because of your lack of concern for your health. If you have not noticed, getting old gracefully doesn't happen by accident. It takes work to maintain a youthful appearance. You could change your diet. By doing this, you could stand a chance to improve how you feel. Eating habits, meals could provide more stamina and stabilize your moods. So, the May 31st birthday personalities are serious minded, driven people. You are friendly, but likely will debate the issue with your friends and associates. However, your dreams are a secret. Generally, those born with a zodiac birthday of May 31st will accomplish many short term goals. But you do not realize the future may come leaving you unprepared for it. This shows your lack of concern for your health as well. Growing old has its advantages, but only if you work for it while you are young. The May 31st, Gemini. You are a Gemini who's very friendly as a disapproving quality. You live for today instead of the future. Generally, you are playful and love games, especially adult games. You desperately need better money management skills. Happy birthday, Gemini. Famous people and celebrities born on May 31st. Let's see. Waka Flocka Flame, Chris Elliott, Clint Eastwood, to name a few. I think Waka Flocka is a artist, so I'm gonna see if we can find a song for him. Hey, Rising James. Wow. I have to keep checking to make sure my video screen don't go off. So it's good to see you.
Wait, so what do y'all do?
Listen to this track.
Share this real quick. Happy birthday, Waka Flocka. Haven't heard this in a while.
Long as she don't care what she wants, she gets there. Basket or a yellow ball. DJ, this my favorite song, so I'ma make it thunderstorm. Bullet on it, block the hell. I don't care, yes, it's flying everywhere. Got my partner Roscoe like bro. I'm drunk in hell, can't you tell? Listen to that beat, this back on. While I'm trying to hit the hotel with two girls that red cause of all that. Go, let me shine. From water beat, let me take my time. You want one beat, we can take it outside. Fuck what parties, lame minds. You out your mind, you out your league. Sweat no, sweat out beats. Wet out tracks, let me do my thing. I got 16 for this Roscoe thing, but I'm almost done. Let me get back to it. Whole lot of loud in the room. Whole lot of money, big tip by wood. Put on, that shit good. Wale. Shawty put it on. I be going ham. Shorty upgrade from below. Tip it good, girl, but I can make it. Cause I walk around with pockets that are bigger than my butts. Rain, go away. That's what on my head to say. My pocket's stuck on overload. My rain never evaporates. No need to elaborate. Both of these ducks exaggerate. But I'ma get my air day stuff. Next might get a chance out with the make out. So I'm in the front of a free throw. She's ahead of the game, no cheat go. Slam for Roscoe, no street go. Your booty got me lost like Nemo. Go and do your dance. Right now, and I'ma throw this money while you do it with no hands. Girl, the way you move it up, got me in a chance. DJ tell me love, ladies get so jam. I'm a small stuff. I'ma throw this money while you do it with no hands. Girl, I'm in love, wherever we go.
This day, that year, May 31st in history. In 1790, the copyright law becomes effective. In 1868, Irontown, Ohio, holds the first Memorial Day parade. In 1879, Berlin Trade Exposition opens the first electric railway. In 1917, first jazz record plays on air. The Chinese zodiac horse. The Chinese horse zodiac sign is driven to the horizon, mane flying and hooves forever pounding new turf. They are not content in the lands they know, or what is within their eyes' gaze. They are forever tumultuous, never satisfied, being under another's thumb. They are constantly reaching beyond who and what they are. They are always hungry for new experiences and new stretches of land. The Chinese horse personality is forever extrovert, always in the limelight and always actively galloping towards his dreams. Once the horse has attached himself to a dream, he will carry it through to its completion. No matter what he has to trample to get there. The scope of his dreams is somewhat different, though. The Chinese zodiac horse can push past any kind of boundaries to get in their way. They are utterly unstoppable in these situations. They are most comfortable in those areas where there's new ground to explore and new experiences to have. The horse traits show they don't dwell on the past because the past is another country where they have already been to. They beat their path, driven by their sense of independence, which requires them to remain free of movement, thoughts, and action. Those born in the horse years are optimistic and enthusiastic, and always noticeable in a crowd. They live their lives deeply within the realms of their dreams, always figuring out how to move them about forward. They are utterly trustworthy, no matter their circumstances, and will be amongst the most loyal of friends. They speak openly and honestly, and you will always know what horse is thinking. The horse, Chinese horse zodiacs. Greatest strength is also their greatest weakness. They are not only most comfortable in new horizons, but also compelling to seek them out. This means they never settle in one place, always wanting to charge forward over new frontiers and horizons. The horse sign tends to make tempestuous children, rebellious against authority, and carve their way in the face of their parents' authority. Sleepless nights is a problem for them, as they are always afraid of the next great adventure they are missed. This is a tendency to be selfishness, and when presented, they do not attempt to hide it from those around them. The Chinese horse stars, when dedicated to a job, will complete it with a large amount of competence. Their preference for being on the road makes them an excellent journalist, anything that keeps the horse moving from scene to scene. The horse zodiac likes being on the cutting edge of things as well. A research research suits them well as if they sink their teeth into it. That which rots will drive them mad. But if there are discoveries to be made, they will be in their element. Their biggest failure is that they are deeply independent. Being under the thumb of another is a bad place for them to operate. The horse's characteristics show that they can be a good leader, especially if the group they are in charge of is breaking new ground. They are also the kind of people who would be excellent in leading military troops or has the capacity for leadership and bravery are unparalleled. Whatever the case, you will not find this boss riding a desk, but out trying to make advances in whatever work they do. The horse can serve exceptionally well being in the field drumming up new leads and business. Another place they are well suited to is to be the face of politics. Chinese astrology says that the horse sign can make a magnificent companion as a co-worker. They are excellent with points of translations. They are also the person to have by your side in jobs that include high levels of danger or public service. The heroic nature of Chinese zodiac horse will have them charging into fires as a fireman or serving the people of his city as a police officer. He won't end up being among the rank for long, but will aspire to advance through ranks and has a particular aspiration for honors. The horse is decidedly career oriented. 9:52 on my alarm AM. Are you looking for success? Yes. They will stick through their work for the long haul once they decide on their place. The Chinese horse's relationship with money is largely incidental. While its certainty important to their desired life of travel and seeking new horizons, it's not something that drives them. It just allows the horse to follow their drive. They will naturally find themselves in better and better paying positions just by their desire to climb the ladder to greater and greater responsibility. However, if money is the only thing to be gained by moving up, or if the horse is tied to a desk, he won't make the move just to get the money. Those born in the year of the horse don't tend to tie themselves into long term relationships, not due to a fear of commitment, but instead of a fear of being insecure or dissatisfied. They are drawn to those men or women who can help build their self confidence. For all that they display on the outside, they are prone to deep insecurity. The horseman or horsewoman cannot be expected to quit flirting or bits of indiscretions just because they are taken, but they can be expected to show complete candor about it. Don't expect to bind down a horse in marriage easily. Marriage is a necessary evil, standing in the way of real love. They are deeply independent, and this will run on through even when you manage to get them bound down. The Chinese zodiac horse people approach love with the same passion they approach anything else. They will give themselves over to it fully and completely and look for a deeper sensual partner in turn. Oddly, they are attracted to modesty, though they are quite romantic and passionate. The horse will display an abundance of endurance and patience. They tend to dominate and keep the relationship spicy. The years of the rabbit, the horse, February 15, 1942 to February 4th, 1943, February 3rd, 1954 to January 23rd, 1955, January 21st, 1966 to February 8th, 1967, February 7th, 1978 to January 27th, 1979, January 27th, 1990 to February 14th, 1991, February 12th, 2002 to January 31st, 2003, January 31st, 2014 to February 18th, 2015, February 17th, 2026 to February 5th, 2027, February 4th, 2038 to January 23rd, 2039. Your ruling planet is Mercury, which symbolizes receptivity, intelligence, knowledge, and communication. The twins are the symbol for the zodiac of Gemini. Your birthday tarot card is the Emperor card. This card symbolizes a masculine influence in your life, which will help you make the right decisions. The Emperor. The meanings and interpretation of the major arcana. The Emperor card of the Rider-Waite Tarot card is the master of all he surveys, the ultimate masculine principle. This must be that way, that must be this way, and he decides which is which. He is a creature of absolute, of utter black and white. He is the penultimate father figure, protecting and caring for those under his command. The emperor represents the desire to rule over all his surroundings. Let's find out more about this emperor card in the various orientations like upright and reverse in a tarot reading. The benevolent ruler, strong and confident. The emperor of the major arcana is without a doubt the ruler of his realm and has all things well in control. His rule is kind and benevolent, and he makes the best decisions he can for those he is responsible for. He is the keeper of traditions and a point of stability for all who knows him. The past events. The past few months have seen you either in control or coming in control of your circumstances. You have kept your head about you and truly can lead benevolently while watching out for those around you. The present events. You have the skills and confidence to handle the situation before you and have reached a point of stability in your life. The situation you find yourself in now is well within your capabilities. Just be certain to keep your focus on being a kindlier ruler, lest you slip into tyranny. The future events. Things may seem out of control, but fear not. The future will find you having everything well in hand. The tarot card in this position indicates that the near future will present itself to you with the need to guide a situation, and you will rise to the challenge. The Emperor Tarot card in reverse. A tyrannical despot, cruel and heartless. He rules with little care for those around him, only that his will is held to. He holds to tradition long after they have passed usefulness. Thus, he also represents stagnation in this position. Past events. Have you been slavishly holding to old ways, forcing those around you to operate under your rules without considering the possibility that others have useful input? It's time to re-examine your position and consider loosening your grip. Not all things can be controlled, nor should they be. It's time to let go. The present events. This is a clear warning that you are currently lording over your current situation. You are trying to control all things when things cannot be in control. This may be forcing you into a kind of stagnation, preventing things from moving on. It's time to talk to those involved, give everyone opinions, and let go of the wheel. the future events. Your current condition will seem to stagnate, remaining unchanged and not possessing, progressing despite your best efforts. Whatever you've been doing hasn't been working, but you're certain it will. It won't. It's time to let go and get outside input. The associated colors are gold. For the meditation for the Emperor card in the upright position. This tarot meditation will focus on the positive masculine aspect and the benevolent ruling spirit using the Emperor's upright tarot card. Prepare for this meditation keeping this in mind. Set up a gold cloth with a yellow gold colored candle. The metal covered ones can sometimes emit unhealthy fumes in front of it. Once you have properly settled in, meditate on the concept of stability, protection, and the loving touch of a male authority or father figure. As you slip into this meditation, you will find yourself in the throne room of a well-loved king. The people in attendance will be smiling, happy and joyous to be in the presence of their well-loved ruler. You may hear a few people come before him, offering gifts and asking for words of advice. Those he gives will always be balanced and well-reasoned. He hears the words of all, from the youngest babe to the most wizened elder. Throughout, he listens with equal attention and equal respect. He does not always guide them the way they wish, but he guides them the best he can, in the best interest of all involved. As the court closes, you will see him descend from his throne, happily walking amongst his people, chatting with those he passes by. He will then tour his countryside, be hands-on, and see what is being done firsthand to make sure his rulings align with reality. He will aid those who need it and take guidance from those who offer him their advice. This major arcana card is never too much above them to hear what they have to say and know that aspects of his kingdom has far better than himself. He doesn't let a single one of his people feel as if they aren't important to the whole, and he recognizes this as being the case. The emperor does pay lip service. He honestly knows that for his kingdom to run smoothly, it is required that all its parts are functioning. Therefore, no single part is of less importance than any other. When we see him at home with his family, we see him as a loving husband and attentive father. The emperor is the authority in his home, but he conducts with all his love and tenderness. His primary concern is for the happiness of his family. Throughout this meditation, pay special attention to lessons that may be there for you. Are you ruling kindly where you have authority? Are there those in your life who could perhaps do better in being kind in their stewardship of others? Record this information in your journal. Think about these things and pay attention to the noteworthy things as you travel throughout the meditation. The associated colors are red for the meditation for the Emperor card in reverse. This tarot meditation on the Emperor card in reverse will be focusing on the power that is out of control, the tyrannical leader, the masculine principle out of control. At the end of this, to the end, we will be bringing the color red to the table, representing war and anger, power, madness, and aggression. Your meditation cloth should be red, your candle as well, and the card placed inverted before you. Concentrate on the principle and prepare yourself for the trip you're about to take. Be guarded but calm. You're about to take a relatively unpleasant journey. As you descend into the meditation, you will find a long house lined with fire. At its front is seated an angry man with an unpleasant demeanor. Everyone who comes before him pays obeisance, but their face is riddled with fear. This man at the fire, the king of this place, upon each in turn with a mix of suspicion and disdain. They are less than he, and that much is apparent. He takes all he can from them and gives it without resistance because his power is absolute here. And although he knows they are less than him, he fears them. They scheme to take his power. They hide the wealth he is so truly entitled to, so that they can scratch out their pathetic, meaningless lives. You see the face of his advisor and know that he is an advisor in name only. He is a yes man, for he dares not know more than the king, the rightful ruler. After all rules are his. He is beyond contest. He is omnipotent. The masculine force has gone mad. Unlike the emperor upright, you will see that the children hide from him. His subjects avoid his gaze. He makes his mandates, and he does not listen to the cries of those who try to complain they cannot do so much. They cannot do it this way. He only travels his kingdom so that those who see him may fear him and may know that he watches. He pays no heed to that which crosses his gaze unless it is a thing he decides he wants. Then he takes it with little regard for those to whom it belongs. His family is ignored and cast off. His wife is only there for his pleasure, and his sons are only there to propagate his family line. Pay close attention to the details of this Emperor Tarot card meditation. As you walk through the dictatorship of this petty king, are there lessons for you here? Do you see examples of your behavior and your rulership style? If so, take note of them. It might be a warning for you to open your ears and heart to those who look to you for guidance. As always, mark these details down in your journal. The next two cards reading will be coming from the book Global Infusion Intuitive Tarot Deck due to the length of reading time. The minor arcana cards, the Eight of Swords and the King of Swords. The Eight of Swords. Keywords: hostage, bound, restricted, isolated, fearful, stubborn. Sometimes it feels like the walls are caving in as unknown dangers lie in wait to tear you apart. The Eight of Blades is the card of oppression, but quite often it is our fears that bind us. And when the Eight of Blades card reveals itself, you should ask yourself if the things that are hindering you are of your own doing. Allow the sword of clarity to cut you free instead of stubbornly sticking to old ideas. The King of Swords. Keywords: prudence, insensitive, rigidity, influential, abrasive, candid, sincere, and harsh. The King of Blades, the King of Swords. He sits on his throne on high. He is in command of nature and speaks with the voice of truth. Ravens and swallows gather before him. The King of Blades renders his judgment with scrutiny and wisdom. The king has his sword pointed downwards, indicating that he knows when to hold his tongue and when the appropriate time is for speech. Each of his words is deliberate. The swallows and ravens indicate life and death, and the king's understanding of the impact of his decisions. So your May 31st birthday zodiac compatibility. You are most compatible with people born under the zodiac of Gemini today. This will be a happy and confident love match. Geminis, you are not compatible with people born under the zodiac sign of Scorpio. This relationship will be off key. Your lucky numbers are 9 and 4. 9 is the number that stands for selflessness and compassion for helping people in need. 4 is the number that symbolizes realizing your goals. May 31st are orange and gray. Orange is the color that symbolizes good luck, achievements, and indulgence. Gray is the color that signifies neutralizing negative influences in our lives and being diplomatic. Your lucky days are Wednesday and Sunday. Wednesday is ruled by Mercury and represents progress, swiftness, and the exchange of ideas. Sunday is ruled by the sun and is symbolic of life, strength, originality, and focus. Your birthstone is a gate. It's a gemstone signifies friendliness, fidelity, sexuality, and grounding. The ideal zodiac gifts for people born on today, May 31st. Tickets for an exotic vacation for the man and a reading night lamp for the woman. The May birthday personality loves gifts that have some meaningful value. And that has been your birthday personality meaning and meditation. For those born today, happy birthday, Gemini, the twins. The day of the cutting edge. Emperor, life is what you make it. Horse, reading. Enjoy your day.